What's good, man?
What's going on?
Nothing much, nothing much. Sorry about earlier. I don't know. I have no idea why it crashed. I don't know what that was about.
Oh yeah, that sounds gonna be a good interview. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it
Yeah,
is.
for real. All
Yeah.
right. So, we can start from the top, man. Like how did you get into music? Kind of how did you get your start?
Um, I always, since a youngin had a like an inclination for music. I was musically inclined. But when I graduated high school, my sister she always been singing since I was coming up, and she kind of just like invited me to a couple studio sessions, and I kind of got the vibe, and then she threw me in that fire one day and just told me, look, go make a song, and I made a song, and it was up from there. I just felt at home, so that was kind of just like my start right there. My
Um,
sister.
when she just told you make a song, were you like scared or were you just like I'm ready for the moment kind of thing?
No, I was nervous. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was like, look, you got to be at the studio with me, but she left. Like she just dropped me off and left, and I was like nervous. So I just had to make it work. Like my first song, I ain't even like it for real, but she came in and like sung on it afterwards. But and then it went from there. But I just like the process of making the music and making the song. So that was
Right.
cool.
Okay, so the first song you make it, she sings on it. What happens? Did you put the song out, or did you like make something else and put that out?
No, I put it out. I put it out. It was my first song. I put out. First song I made, I put out, and it might have got at the time. This is my first song, so I didn't have no followers really, and it got like organically like 15,000 plays. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, shit. I mean, that was cool for me at the time. So um, yeah, that was it.
When was this?
2018.
Okay, so that was it's pretty recently.
Yeah.
So you put that out. You put the first song out. You get to 50,000 views. What do you do after that? You keep making songs, and like that gets you hot. Like, kind of, what's the turning point?
Yeah. So basically, I just keep making songs, and it took a while because like I kind of wanted to be different coming from my city,
Mm-hmm.
um, Memphis, Tennessee. I wanted to be different. I wanted to stay, you know, in my own lane. And so it kind of took a while for people to get used to what I was doing and how I was doing my music. But and like I want to say 2020 maybe I dropped "Feel Good," a song
Mm-hmm.
called "Feel Good," and that was just kind of like the turning point in everything. That's when
Right.
like all the labels started reaching out and everybody started like really just showing love.
Okay, so I know "Feel Good," huge song, is really big for you. Kind of really is what like got you through the door and kind of got you to do all sorts of other stuff. So making "Feel Good," kind of when you were just like working on the song, did you think, oh, this is gonna be the one, or was it just like a normal day?
So when I made it, it was just kind of like normal. But then when I sent it to my team and stuff, we was like high on it for a long time. And usually we'll be high on the song for about 2 weeks to a month, maybe that long, and then we'll move on to the next song. But we like
Mm-hmm.
every time we listened to that song, it was like the same intensity for it was there. So we kind of knew it was gonna like spark some interest. Then I posted a snippet of it, and that was like the first time my snippets just went crazy. So
Mm-hmm.
we kind of knew.
So
Yeah.
so you drop it. So you drop it after the snippets. Talk to the team. Kind of how fast does it blow up? Like how quickly does it start to take off?
I ain't gonna lie, the energy around it, the build up on it was all there. So like as soon as we dropped it, maybe a week after that, that's when I think a week after that I had like maybe a couple 100,000 streams on it. Um, I was getting calls from all the labels, everything like that. Artists was reaching out, so it was pretty quick but it was the intensity behind it was so heavy too. Like the snippet was going crazy. Everybody was waiting for it. The
Mm-hmm.
video, everybody. We had a lot of people at the video shoot, so they was all sharing it. So it was just crazy.
So, I mean, well, what's that like, considering that all of that happened really fast? Because that you didn't have a song 2 years before that. Like you didn't have you didn't have any songs at all 2 years before that, and then
Yeah.
2020 is happening, and then labels are beating your door down, and then you have a song now. Like, kind of what is that like when you start to realize what was like actually happening to you?
Um, it's one of them things. Like I feel like I'm still in the same mindset of when that was happening. It's kind of like one of them things where like you don't really understand what's going on. You just like one day you take a minute and you look back and say, oh damn, like all of this is happening for me. But in the
Mm-hmm.
middle of it, it's not really clicking in that, oh, this is happening, this is happening. It just feel like it's all gradually going at the same time, but in reality it's moving super fast. So yeah, to me during that time, I just was like, man, the next day I'm ready to go back to the studio. Like I wasn't really thinking in my head like, oh shit, like this is happening. I'm just like, okay, like this is a gradual climb for me, and that was pretty dope.
Right.
Yeah.
So you were talking about feel good comes out, you start to pick up, labels are starting to really reach out to you and stuff like that. Kind of, what was it like when you decided to sign to Warner, and then what was that experience like? Like, and when I say the experience, I mean like you being in kind of the bidding war situation.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. It was a good it was a great experience because I've always been a person. So basically, I started. I used to play basketball, and
Mm-hmm.
I had like D1 scholarships for basketball, all of that, and it was always one of them things where like you try to like you create we try to create our own path so that way people can respect it a lot more and they could be willing to put a lot more up for it when they see something that's new, innovative, and it worked. So when it came to the music, when people was throwing money out, me being young, not really having no really money like that, I'm like, shit, I want to go with the first thing. But my dad, good thing I got my dad with me. He was like, bro, like we could wait. You know what I'm saying? We could keep making good music, keep making good content, and we can start a bidding war. And I'm thinking just me being me coming from where I'm coming from, like, bro, ain't nobody finna start a bidding war over me. Like, I'm just like Trey out of, Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
But so, yeah, we spoke that shit into existence and it happened. I trusted him and we just kept making good music, kept making good content, and it happened. So,
Um, Tell me more about kind of your dad giving you advice and kind of guiding you through this, because I know, I mean, it's new for him too, because you're his son and a lot goes into that. He only wants the best for you. So kind of what was that like?
um, it was like, I feel like it was like any other thing with a parent and a child, like, cause my dad, he always been like my leader. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always look up to him for advice for
Mm-hmm.
everything. Even with basketball, he was my coach, he was my trainer. So it's kind of like one of them things where like he tell you something you might not want to hear, you get mad, but then at the end of the day, it's probably good for you because your parent gonna have the best interest for you. So it was definitely, I want to say, sometimes it was kind of like a headache,
Right.
but most times it was like
It was
I
good.
felt comfortable because I knew it was somebody who, what I'm saying, had my back at the end of the day.
Right.
So so I
Right.
I, I really like people who got their parents in their life. Like, I really be like, bro, cherish that because it's a good look for sure.
Right. Okay, so after you end up signing with Warner, Heartbreak Diaries comes out. Um, just the EP is really good. I think all of the songs fit, and it's like a really quick listen, but everything on it kind of has a purpose, and all of it makes sense all together. Really. Um, when were you working on it, and like kind of how did you feel when it finally came out? Because I know that kind of had to be like a huge moment for you.
hmm Um, I have been working on it over a period of time. Just like I would make certain songs and be like, okay, this fit with that. And I knew I wanted to make my EP called Heartbreak Diaries because I was making like a lot of heartfelt songs. But at the same time, everybody always asks me like, who was the girl who broke your heart? And
Mm-hmm.
granted, it was a girl that broke my heart, but all of my heartfelt songs aren't about a girl. You feel what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's about a friend, sometimes it's about a coach, sometimes
Right.
about this or that. So I wanted to kind of like display that across the board, and I feel like I was able to do that with Heartbreak Diaries. Um and when it came out and I seen the reaction from them, I was like, damn, like, cause I felt like all the songs were good. My team
Mm-hmm.
felt like it, but sometimes they could be biased. So when I saw the reaction from people, I was like, oh shit, like, all right, this is fire. People was relating to it. Everybody had a different favorite song. That's what I like. Like, if people got different favorite songs, that mean all of them are some type of good.
Right.
So
Exactly.
so yeah,
Exactly.
so that was pretty cool. So I just plan on continuing to display that message through my next. I'm doing a Heartbreak Diaries too. That's gonna come out, and I want to keep displaying the same thing. So
Right. Kind of speaking to that too, like your sound just in its own is like very unique, because like you listening through the songs, and like some of them sound like R&B songs or like pop songs, but like they're also like definitely rap songs too. and
Yeah.
you don't lose any of that through any of them, and you can continuously find new ways to do all of that, you know, at the same time.
Yeah.
Kind of how did you come to that approach? Because just like you said, you know, talking about Memphis, nobody else is doing that in Memphis, and I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Memphis rap and Memphis music in general has been huge over the last couple of years, but you still kind of found your way to stick out by doing your own thing.
Yeah, like I said, bro, my whole life I've been that person that just wanted to make a different lane for whatever I do, and I want to be a advocate for that, and I want people to like. My whole thing right now is to let people like let kids in Memphis know that it's a different way. Like you ain't gotta sell out or like feel like you gotta do this just to make it. Like you know what I'm saying? You got a little dedication, you can do it any way you want to do it, and that's kind of my philosophy. Like that's what I want to like give my light off to the world doing that, and that's kind of what's been happening. Like lately, I've been having kids come to me or other artists just saying like, bro, like what you doing is really inspiring me, and that's like my whole plan. So I hate it. I didn't want to come into the game being labeled as any type of genre. I wanted to just be an artist. So like
Right.
that was my thing, and I had a lot of people tell me you need to stick to one thing. You need to stick to one thing, but I just feel like, bro, when you're creative and you create, and your mind is everywhere. That's the beauty of being a creative. So like, why try to put me in a certain box when I can do so much of everything? You feel what I'm saying? So like, that was my thing. Like, I wanted to come into the game as an artist, not oh, he's a R&B singer or he's a rapper or he's a hip hop. I'm an artist,
Right.
bro. I can do whatever. If I get on the song with fucking Lil Baby, I'm a rap. If I can get on the song with Post Malone, I'm gonna do that. I could do whatever. You feel what I'm saying? And that's my thing.
Right. And I
Yeah.
think too, just like somebody telling you that you need to stick to one thing, that the thing that like doesn't make sense about that to me is like you're kind of doing everything and it's working. So
Mm-hmm.
like if it's continuing to work and you're also continuing to get better at all of it, I mean, why stop? You know, why not keep doing it? Especially too, like I said before, nobody else is doing it. So, you know, it only benefits you to just keep doing whatever you want pretty much when you walk in the
Exactly.
studio. Um
Exactly.
so kind of like looking at you and know as your artist and as an artist and you know like your popularity and stuff like that. When did you start to notice that you were getting like bigger for real, like the music was really starting to go somewhere?
Um, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Like I still, like I said, my mindset so like I'm so humble. Like I still be like, I don't know, really just not really understanding where I'm at fully in my career. Cause like I go out, I take pictures out of that, but before I go out, I'm thinking I'm finna just go out as a regular person, like go shop. I ain't really tripping. So that question is kind of, I don't know. It's a tough question for me. I guess I could say like, I don't know, like I guess when I signed, it was kind of like that's when it got real for me because that's kind of like a goal for a lot of artists to sign, and
Mm-hmm.
for especially a major label like Warner. So I guess that was kind of like something that happened to me to make me think, okay, like this is for real now. It's not just a hobby no more; it's a job. So
Right. I think kind of a part of what you do that I think is a little bit overlooked is the songwriting, like the structure of the songs and the hooks and all of that. Like you're putting thought into all of it, and like all the pieces, like, all of it is like really polished, especially for somebody who, you know, it's still kind of early on for you, but you understand like how songs should work and stuff like that. Um,
exactly,
how did you develop that? Like, how did you get to that point where you just have that understanding and like really know what you're doing?
yeah. My favorite artists, they I studied it. Like anything you do in life, you should study. Like basketball players probably study other basketball players. You in school, you study this. So I study my favorite artists. My favorite artists are like, Post Malone, Justin Bieber, people like that. So like, I see how they make songs. I'm like, damn, like, all right, they making songs like this and they getting billions of streams or they getting all of this. Maybe I need to be doing that too. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of where my antics come from is studying my artists, my favorite artists.
Okay. Um,
Yeah,
now you have Need You, which you know, blowing all the metrics out of the water, is definitely on pace to be like, you know, the biggest song you have so far, even with, you know, Feel Good and the stuff you've made before. Um, Kind of how are you finding ways to like, you know, continue to level up and kind of evolve your own sound and like finding new ways to kind of express yourself, kind of like what you did with like Need You?
Um, Basically, me and my producers, we go in the studio and we try to get super creative. Like we try to use new sounds, try to use the same things, the same emotions, but say them in different ways and try to figure out different like metaphors to use them as and like describe them as different things. And that's kind of like that's probably the toughest part of our sessions. Is just trying to like really be different when it comes to how we approach the song.
Right,
Everything after that is green. We good at it, but
right,
you want to stay fresh. It's like it's certain topics in music that's always reoccurring. It's just about making it sound new and fresh. So that's what we on. We just trying to make it sound new and fresh.
right. Um, okay, so let's say somebody's completely new to you.
Mm-hmm.
In your opinion, what are your can't miss songs? Like, what are the songs that they have to hear, they have to listen to kind of get an idea of what you do?
I ain't gonna lie, you really can go through my stuff and press the little shuffle button and and like something. But if you had to ask me like which one, I'd probably say Need You, Feel Good, Fresh Off of Heartbreak, Couple Hundred. Them my favorites. So
Right. And I think also too, those four they cover all of the different kind of sounds that you do. Like you kind of give them everything throughout all four of those. So right, it does make sense.
yeah,
Um, I would say what's the best story you have about like a fan?
the best story I have about a fan. My fans are so great. I love my fans. They so diehard. Let me think. Um, Sheesh. Damn. I had a fan. I feel like I had a fan. I met a fan in person and like he cried to me because I helped him with something. And that was like the craziest thing. I think he was drunk, but you drunk, your emotions come out. But
Right.
it's
The real you
still,
comes out. Yeah.
yeah, but still it was like crazy. Like, damn, like he cried to me. Like it was a guy, so he cried to me and like telling me that, I helped him with this and with that. And that was crazy. That probably was the craziest thing to me.
Did he tell you which songs it was?
Uh he said it was older one. It was like Love Don't Live Here, Fucked Up, um, Spare Me the Pain. It was like older songs.
Mm-hmm.
Like
So
older
he had been
songs.
around for a while.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was one of
Wow.
them day ones.
Wow. No, that's big. What's something most people don't know about you?
Most people don't realize that I can hoop for real. Like I can really play basketball. Like they always be coming to me like, "Oh, NLE Chopper could beat you. Lil Durk can beat you. Polo G can beat you." I'm like, bro, them people can't see a picture of me. I don't know why y'all keep playing. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, like, I don't know. Yeah, I just be chilling. I be roller skating. I be like roller skating a lot. That's some people don't know about me at all. Like, I was at the skate ring last night and I had some fans come to me take pictures. They was like, "Bro, I did not know you roller skate." I was like, "Yeah, I be roller skating."
No, that's cool because that's like a cool, like definitely like a Memphis cultural thing too. So right, I
Yeah,
definitely right. Um, it's funny you bring up the basketball thing because right, like every rapper says they're good. Every
yeah,
artist says they're good. I know you have the chops because I know you were like playing like organized ball. So you
yeah,
weren't just like you're not just like saying it like like people can
yeah,
look if they want proof. Realistically, at the end of the day,
bro. I be killing them. And for that come to me, they be talking all that noise. I be like, yeah, yeah. I'm kill that. They be mad as hell. I'm like, yeah, you lucky you ain't bet no money. I walked out with. Mm. I don't play that.
but right. But what's what should everybody be looking out for you? Coming up next. I know you said something about Heartbreak Diaries too.
Yeah.
Is that what else? What do you have coming?
Heartbreak Diaries 2 for sure. That's coming out soon, like next month. And
Mm-hmm.
then I'm about to be doing shows. I'm about to go on tour with my boy Mike Stud. I got some other shows coming up, and I got one in Memphis on April 16th. I got another show in Utah April 23rd, and then I start touring Mike. So I start on April 28th in Boston, and we're gonna go crazy from there. So.
All right. No, that's hard, man. I mean, it's definitely good to hear you have a lot of stuff, lined up and coming up too. I think, I think the music is really strong, and I think as people become even more familiar with you, I mean, sky's the limit for real. I think,
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely just kind of in general, man. I just wasn't like impressed with the music and kind of, I'm impressed with what you're doing in general right now. So, always good to hear that.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. That means a lot, for sure, for
Nah,
sure.
for sure, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we wrap it up, is there anything you wanted to throw out there I didn't ask you about, that I didn't bring up? Could be whatever.
I mean, not really. I really want to give a big shout out to my team, for sure, for being, since rocking with me. And I want to give a big shout out to my fans and everybody who don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all will know me real soon. You know what I'm saying? Even if I make the XXL, if I don't, shit, y'all still gonna hear about me. It's gonna be crazy. And I want to tell my fans that I appreciate you guys and I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. And we're finna continue to go up because Yerk's the move, man. We're finna go crazy.
For sure, for sure. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
man. Thank you. Appreciate the
Yes,
time,
sir.
my man.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
All right, man.